We're gonna have a good call today regardless, and you're gonna share some information on some technology updates or tips and tricks.
Yes, I want to get started with something a little bit regarding some security.
That's always
So
fun.
yeah, always fun, right? So KW's added a few security measures to your emails and your text messages that you send out. When it comes to what we're sending, they are now verifying what we're sending to make sure that we're not sending any crypto scamming or things that we should not be sending out there. So they have things out there that are checking your emails, and they're checking that the links that we're sending to make sure that we're not sending anything that we shouldn't. So in what that means is one of the things that they're doing is they're looking at some of the links that we are sending to make sure that they are verified. So what does verified mean? So what that means is it on a list of safe URLs. So of course, anything KW is a safe URL. So if it's coming, it's a link to your website or a link to your blog, right? Anything like that, it's a link to your email, anything along those lines, that's all safe, right? They know KW is safe. However, if you have maybe a URL, a custom URL that maybe you bought from GoDaddy or something along those lines, it may not know what that is. So you have to get that verified through KW. And we have been seeing a couple people's neighborhood nurtures being stopped just because it doesn't know that the email inside of that, the URL link for your website is okay. So there is a new form that you just have to verify your custom domain in to make sure that you're a safe sender, basically. So let me put in the link in the chat, guys, the link for this form. It's right here.
So in order for us to verify our URLs, we need to complete this form. I heard that correctly?
Complete this form, yes. And then let me just share my screen real quick, if you don't mind. This is what the form looks like. You guys see that form up on my screen? Yep. So all you have to do is quickly fill this in. You are going to need in order to use this form, you actually have to be signed in under your KW email. Okay, so just so you are aware, if you do not use your KW email, make sure you get with your tech trainer to figure out what your KW email is and how to log into it. It is a Gmail account, so it's relatively easy to log into. But you're just gonna make sure you're in your Gmail KW account. Put your URL in here that you want to get approved, the reason that you need this URL approved, and then you need to put your KWU ID inside of here. So the KWU ID is the unique ID that KW gives you that designates you as you inside of the system. Most people don't know what that is off the top of their head. That you can find relatively easily. In order to find that, all you need to do is, if you are in command, if you click on your name and face in the top right hand corner, and you go to your referrals profile, your KWU ID shows up right here. Okay, and so you just grab that, and then you can put it right inside of your form, and then you can submit. So just make sure that you get any URL, or as long as you've got the base URL, any subdomain is going to be fine inside of it, meaning a subdomain, meaning any additional pages attached to that the big one is going to be fine. So if you have, jenbovie.com, jenbovie.com /is-awesome is going to work, right? So, you'll be fine as long as you have the big one all set and done. Okay.
I wish I had that.
Yeah.
Nobody like.
Why don't you? You should. So, that is something that we want to make sure that you are all doing ahead of time, just to make sure that you are getting your stuff being seen. one of the other things that we want to make sure that you're doing is make sure you're testing it on yourself, right? We always want to make sure we're testing everything to make sure it's going to get sent. Never, you should be doing this anyway. Always send stuff to yourself before you send it out to your database at large, right? You want to make sure it's formatted correctly. You want to make sure that it looks the way you want it to look. You want to make sure that the first name is in the right place and the last name isn't in the wrong place, and that you're not putting the name of your, somebody else in the signature. I've seen that happen quite a bit of times where people have sent somebody else's name on a smart plan. So it never hurts to send one to yourself first. And so if you do that, you'll know if it's going to go through. So always test it on yourself first and you're going to be golden. And then, no dangerous links, guys. So, Monica, no more of those plans. All right. Geez, you're going to be safe. All right, bud.
She is the biggest culprit, isn't she?
Hey, geez, you gotta watch out for the quiet ones.
All right, Maggie, any other tips, tricks on technology that would be helpful for today?
No, I think that's about it. That's enough for people, right? So just be safe and remember, we're protecting not only ourselves, but we're protecting our clients as well. Just remember that.
Okay, you do have a lot of client information in your technology. So as Maggie said, these are some requirements that are coming up. And you know what? I bet we're going to see a lot of these come up as the technology shifts with these cyber attacks and crazy things happening. Did you see what happened with Stop and Shop? I just heard about it today. I don't watch the news, so I don't really, I'm kind of in my own. Stop and Shop had a huge security breach and they ended up losing like millions of dollars of their produce and stuff because of the hack. So like, obviously it's out there. It's not just our industry and it stinks. So we have to do everything we can to protect our data and our clients' data for sure. So thank you for sharing that, Maggie, because that was definitely news to me for this forum. So thank you. Any questions for Maggie on this? All right, so let's switch over to why we're here today, or what that's not what I was looking for. What we're looking for our content, and that is going to be right here. Okay, content for social media for this week. Did anybody know? I was the first. I didn't know that tomorrow is National Play Monopoly Day. Did anybody else know that? I didn't know that. Monica, do your kids play Monopoly yet?
No, not quite yet.
Yeah. I think I might get this for Evie now that, I was kind of thinking, like, this might be, a 6. What do you think? Almost 6? She could play?
Yeah, I love the little local ones, with the local places on there.
Yeah.
Those are really
I think we should try it. Anyway, tomorrow is National Play Monopoly Day. So here's a great little post for you. It says, today's the day to roll the dice, build those hotels, and dominate the board. Whether you're a Park Place powerhouse or Broadwalk boss, Monopoly brings out the competitive spirit in all of us. Has anybody ever played like the forever long game of Monopoly? You just won't quit, right? Yeah. I stopped playing Monopoly because of that. Anyway, this is a great social media tool or kit that I would use for tomorrow. Maggie, how would you use this? Like, how would you implement this into real estate? Like, how do you use this to kind of duel into what we already do in real estate? What could you say?
Well, so what's like the number one thing that you do in Monopoly?
You buy property, right?
Buy properties, investment properties, maybe inside of Monopoly, right? So
Yeah.
maybe we tie it in. Are you looking to purchase your own investments, real life investments? You could roll it into that, right? So there's definitely
roll the dice with me as your agent, right?
roll the dice with me, and let's talk about real investments, not just Monopoly money.
Yeah, I love that. Anyone else have anything that you would say regarding Monopoly in your business and real estate? Think about that as we go on to the next one. Put it in the chat section. All right, so Wednesday, this one made me chuckle a little bit. This one is, would you only watch one TV show on repeat forever? What would it be? Or like, are you a Friends for laughs, The Office for awkwardness, or maybe Breaking Bad for the drama? I like that one. What do you got, Maggie? Monica, would you guys watch any TV?
I'm a huge Office fan.
Mine would be a science fiction show, of course, probably, something Stargatey or or Star Trekky. The nerd in me would come out for sure.
And I love that about you. See, I have a hard time with TV shows. I watch like Beat Bobby Flay. That is
Oh, I
my,
love Bobby Flay.
so does my daughter. So we watch and we get, anyway. So cooking shows is probably the one that I would pick for this, but I don't know, let's hear. Anybody else have a show that you're watching right now that's really good? I did watch a show recently with Kristen Bell in it, and it was really good. I did binge watch it. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a 3-series Netflix one. Anybody know the name of it? Kristen Bell, and I can't remember the guy who's in it. No? All right.
Nobody wants this.
Yes, yes, Marie. Yes, that's exactly it. Did you watch it?
I started to watch it. I haven't finished it.
Yeah, I did.
But I want to start a
watched it.
podcast, so I'm like, this is perfect.
Oh, it's a good one for it because she does have a podcast in it. Anyway, that was a really good one. So
Oh, we've got a couple of comments here of folks in the chat.
oh, share.
Gary's partial to the Christmas cookie challenge. And Fire Country. Oh, the nanny.
Amanda, you're my best friend. I love that.
What is it? I can't see chat.
I've seen it so many times and I still watch it religiously.
Yeah.
Well, here's the crazy thing about this conversation. Your chat will be just like this live conversation where people will chime in and talk about their series, and some people want to hear what other people are watching. Have you ever seen on social media somebody say, what's good out there right now? And then you see it and you're like, ooh, I want to know. That's what this post does. It attracts FOMO, right? People who the fear of missing out on something, they want to hear it. So the more engagement you have on this and the more friends that post, it goes onto their feeds too. So their friends are seeing it. And then that's where you're able to show your real estate stuff, not by this post, but layering it with side messages or adding something funny or something about the show, right? That ties into real estate. Maggie, anything you want to add on to that?
No, I think this is a great way to get engagement. This particular post.
Absolutely. You don't have to ask for business every time in these posts. It doesn't have to always be real estate.
Yeah,
But
I
this
guess
is how
as a new agent, just to like chime in, I'm in Bold right now and we're talking about this too. And I guess I just never really thought that this kind of made sense from a strategy perspective, but I see what you say by like layering it into like, oh, if they click on your profile, then they're going to see something else about real estate, which could spark a conversation.
absolutely. And if they say like Property Brothers is my favorite show, you're like, what? That's amazing. What about Property Brothers is so great to you? It, maybe you could even put Property Brothers as mine, or House Hunting is mine, or one of those, because you're like, one of my favorite things to do is really research real estate. So you absolutely can tie in real estate to this. It just doesn't have to be the forefront, like the blaring in your face, like, come work with me, I'm a real estate agent, right? That's why I love these, because it's not that. It's to get personable with your relationships and your social media. So thank you for adding that, by the way. All right, so Thursday, as we know, Thanksgiving is right around the corner, which I cannot believe.
That happened quickly,
Thursday.
huh?
So quickly. I know we talk about it, but it's like Halloween, and then you like blink your eyes and here is everything
too.
else.
Yeah.
All right, so Thursday, there's a great post here for this or that, and it's the stuffing edition. Would love to hear from you guys in the chat. What is your stuffing? Like, do you make stuffing? Do you have a favorite stuffing recipe? Maggie's already shaking her head. I need to hear what you do. Tell me.
We actually fight over stuffing in
This is
our
great.
house. We have my husband likes it a very specific way, and I like it a very specific way, to the point where his mother has to bring over a special stuffing just for him because I don't like it that way. And so we have stuffing fights in our house. Stuffing is extremely important.
How do you like your stuffing?
I like mine with like like basically team bread stuffing, like classic, like no fruits in it. Don't mess with my classic stuffing. Please don't put anything else
So
in
like
it.
like that Pepperidge, that was a Pepperidge Farm
Yep,
bag where,
you
yeah,
got it.
that's,
Yep.
I could tell that. So my mom is a cook. She owned her own restaurant and catered for some food shows, or like from Bar Rescue, I don't know, whatever that show was. And at Thanksgiving time, it was funny because stuffing was the big topic. It wasn't the turkey. Like, people didn't care, like, if she fried it, baked it, breaded it. They didn't care about the turkey. It was the stuffing that made the biggest splash, and she had to make like 4 or 5 different types of stuffing for everybody all the time. It was crazy. I don't know. We do like a meat stuffing and a bread stuffing. It's just two different kind. I like the bread. I'm partial for the bread as well.
To do a
Maggie.
rice stuffing because we have a gluten-free allergy also in my family, so.
Oh, that's different.
Monica, what about you?
So
Are
I
you
grew, so I grew up eating dressing because that's what you eat in the South. And then and then when
Dressing.
I married my husband, he's a stuffing guy. So stuffing's easier than dressing. So now I just do bread stuffing and it is what it is.
wait. So Amanda, can you enlighten me? What's the difference between a dressing and a stuffing?
Dressing isn't something you would ever put inside of a bird, like ever. You cook it in a pan and it tends to have a little bit more of a wet consistency to it until you bake it, and most of the time it's cornbread based.
Ah, okay. So like I
But
wouldn't
it's a
put stuffing
totally
in a turkey
different, like,
either.
oh no, but it's like it's just completely different, like, flavor profile. But yeah,
Interesting. I need to get a dressing recipe from you just to see what
I
it's
can do
like.
that. I mean,
I
I
would
don't
love
cook
that.
it, but yeah, because I'm the only one who
Send it my
eats
way.
it. So, you know,
Awesome. I love it. Monica, what were you going to say about your stuffing?
I like a classic stovetop stuffing. I gotta tell you, I'm a from scratch cook typically, but when it comes to stuffing, I feel like don't take my stovetop. I just love that classic one.
I really
Mhm.
can't disagree with you there too. It's good. It's really good. All right. So here is your this or that stuffing edition. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. It's time to settle the ultimate debate when it comes to stuffing. Which team are you? So these are really great 3 posts for you this week. They come in the email that as soon as we're done with this call, you're probably going to get an email from us with this content. And then it goes on our social media Facebook group within 48 hours of this call. You could go back and find all of our calls and social media posts on our Facebook group. If you're not a part of that group, please let us know, because that's where all of our recordings go, all of our content goes, everything goes right there. And then we send you some updates along the way with what's going on in our community and these posts. Anything else you want to add, Monica or Maggie?
Make sure
I
you
don't
join.
think so.
Did
You have
I miss anything in the chat? Because I couldn't see the chat while I was sharing my screen. I gotta look through.
We've got
Oh,
some
good stuff.
passionate stuffing folks here.
Ooh, someone makes their own cranberry sauce. Janine.
That
I think I'm
that's
gonna
a
try
talent,
that.
'cause
And the thing is,
it gets
it
dark.
is so easy, so easy, so easy.
Really?
Yeah, a pound of cranberries, I think it's a pound, it's about this much. You throw in a cup of liquid, the liquid could be anything. It could be orange juice, it could be red wine, it could be white wine. And then I add just enough sugar to make it edible. Like, I don't like it super sweet. You can add, what's that orange liqueur?
The Grand Marnier. Yeah.
Grand Marnier, you could actually zest some oranges in there. And I'll tell you, a little, maybe some cinnamon, maybe, I don't know. Every time it's different, and it's
Sounds
so
amazing, but
good.
I need you to email that to me, because after this size of cranberries, which, I'm on you on that, like, I don't know how much, it's this much. I love that. Can you
It's
send
a
me the
package.
rest?
Yes, I can send that to you.
All right, I'm gonna put my email in here, because you know what?
Okay,
Everybody always needs a good cranberry recipe. So thank you.
yes, you're welcome.
All right, guys. I won't see you next Monday. Maggie and Monica will probably be here. Monica, you're here next week. Yes. Maggie and Monica will
Absolutely.
be here. I am off for the week, so enjoy your Thanksgiving. Thank you for being on today. And use this content. The more that you use this, the people are going to want to see what you post, especially with the engagement that you get from it. So please use the content that we're sharing. Invite your friends on this call. We need more people to hear this stuff. And that's it. So have a great rest of your Monday. You got a few minutes back, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Gobble, gobble.
Bye, Gary
Gobble,
Gobble.
gobble.